Hey everyone, happy Saturday. It's me, Lyric. I am out in the forest where I live, and I'm here to offer some simple tips to improve mental and emotional well-being. So these are designed to be simple practices that don't take a lot of time and should be fairly easeful to integrate at least one into your daily life. So there's 8 total. The first one is to get on a regular sleep schedule. So this means going to bed around the same time every night and waking up around the same time every morning. And this is going to allow your body to adapt to that regularity, to that rhythm. So your body will begin to fall asleep faster because it knows it's time to go to bed, and you'll wake up more rested in the morning because it knows it's time to wake up. Second tip is also around sleep, and that is reducing screen time before you go to bed and after you wake up in the morning. So being on your phone or your laptop right before bed, that's gonna keep your brain really alert and awake, and it's gonna take longer for you to fall asleep once you get into bed. So if you're able to build out a buffer of around an hour before you actually get into bed where you're not on your screen, so that could look like reading a book, that could look like stretching, maybe some of the other tips on my list here. You can do whatever you want. And then likewise in the morning, if you have to get on your computer first thing for work, maybe waking up a little bit earlier so that you buffer in some more time, right? To have activities that allow you to just be in your body and in your mind without kind of being pulled away from that into screen world. This has been personally really helpful for me because I'm on my computer first thing in the morning most days for work. My next tip is to practice self-compassion. So just thinking positive affirmations to yourself throughout your day when you do something that's really successful or really cool or really creative, just acknowledging that for yourself. And likewise, when you do something that maybe is a little more frustrating, an example is my husband, he loses things sometimes and he finds it very frustrating. And the other day, he was looking for his wallet, and instead of saying something like, "Why do I always lose my wallet? What's wrong with me?" which can happen, he said, "I did a really good job losing my wallet today." And it's silly, right? But it reframes that thought in your mind to be one of affirmation and positivity. And that can help to just increase feelings of your worthiness, your self-love, and your adaptability to stressful situations in your life and your ability to respond to those in a positive way. My next tip is eating less refined sugar. Refined sugar, like white sugar or corn syrup or other syrups, your body's not really designed to eat sugar in that concentration, and so your body is not able to respond in a balanced way. So it's going to cause your blood sugar to spike, which is going to cause potentially some mood shifts and some cognitive shifts. And refined sugar also reduces your body's ability to digest other foods that you're eating. And digestion and proper absorption of nutrients is essential for focus, for attentiveness, for general brain function, which is of course connected to your mood and mental well-being. So instead of really sugary treats with a lot of refined sugar, you could maybe transition to eating more fruit, which is of course still sweet, but then you have all the vitamins and minerals and benefits, fiber of that fruit being absorbed by your body along with the sugar, which makes it a lot easier. My next tip is to spend some time outside. I'm very fortunate to live here. That's a very easy thing for me to do. If you don't live next to or in the forest, you could just go out into your yard or onto a balcony if you live in an apartment. Maybe take a walk around your neighborhood if that's something you're comfortable with. You could go to a public park or a public recreation area. We do have a lot where we live, gratefully. Humans are just designed to be outside. We're part of this earth, and science agrees. Science has proven that time outdoors will increase feelings of joyfulness, hopefulness, happiness, feelings of connection and purpose. So I invite you to try and build in a little bit of time to go outside in whatever capacity you're able, even just 15 minutes a day. Next, we have a meditation practice. This is something you could do even 2 minutes a day. Start with 2 minutes a day, then maybe 5 minutes a day. You don't have to have any special materials. You don't need to do it in a certain place. You don't need to follow any particular tradition, but just building in a few minutes a day to sit and focus on your breath in stillness. You could also lie down if that's more comfortable for you. It tends to be more comfortable for me. But just taking that time to tune into your body, that is again going to make it more easeful for your body to fall asleep at night. It can increase your ability to focus and reduce stress levels. Just having a few minutes to kind of calm down the brain, not be thinking about what's going on in the world or at work or in your personal life, that can really help you adapt and respond more acutely and wholly in situations that are stressful. So meditation and exercise is my next tip. So moving your body in any way that feels good for you, that is accessible for you. Again, it can be 15, 30 minutes a day, a quick walk around the neighborhood, a walk around the house, touching your toes if you're sitting a lot, getting some stretches going, getting some movement going, or some more vigorous exercise if that feels good for you. That's going to increase your blood flow, and blood flow is essential for your brain to be able to function and respond as it needs to. And exercise can just kind of raise your energy, raise your mood, raise your excitement about life and your hopefulness and feelings of what you're capable of on an emotional level. My last tip is trying to limit your consumption of drugs like alcohol and tobacco. Both of these can act as depressants in between uses. So it can cause you to maybe not feel so good, feel a little sad, feel a little confused, a little hopeless. And most importantly, these substances can prevent you from being able to practice the other tips that are on the list. So I invite you to reflect on your relationship with alcohol and tobacco, if those are something that you use in your life, and see how they are either helping or inhibiting your ability to tend to your mental and physical well-being in other ways and capacities. So those are all my tips. I'd be happy to talk more, and you can leave maybe your comments with some of your favorite tips and practices for your mental and emotional health in the comments. And I wish you wellness and joy.